So today we're at Infinity Motorcycles in Southampton, and today we're going to go over Josh's staff picks. Ready?
Yeah, ready.
Let's do it. So, Josh, for the viewers back at home, can you tell us what you do here and what bike you ride?
Yeah, so I am a senior sales assistant at Infinity Southampton. Been here 8 years now. Loved every moment of it. My day-to-day vehicle is a Kawasaki GTR 1400. Massive sport tourer, comfortable for me and the wife. Not the ideal commuter, but still a fantastic vehicle.
You make it work, right?
Oh,
okay, yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's start from the top. Literally your jacket. So
Yeah.
what do you run on a daily basis, and how you find it, and wherever else you can think of, really?
Yeah, so daily I use the Halvarssons Naren Jacket. It is a laminated jacket. It's also a stretch material. So for someone like me who's a slightly bigger build, it's super comfortable. It has a removable magnetic neck collar on it. I don't personally run it on mine because I've got a short neck, so I find it too intrusive. But I mean, that's down to personal preference. Also comes with a nice yellow one, which you can opt to wear instead of if you want a bit more brightness on the jacket itself.
Yeah.
Inside the garment, so inside the garment, it's got a fixed Outlast layer on the inside. It's temperature regulating. You don't get too hot, you don't get too cold. Keeps you nice, well, nice and warm if you want it to, nice and cool if you want it to.
Yeah.
I run quite hot most of the time, so that's why I opted for this jacket.
I feel you on that one.
In particular, because again, I don't wear my layers. I don't need to, and this kind of just fitted the bill for me. It also has the option to run a chest plate in it, which I wear with mine. You know, ribs are rather important, so your organs, so I run with that. You have the option to put the back protector in it also. I wear a D31 because I find it more comfortable for me, especially wear a rucksack on a daily basis. But yeah, it's super comfortable, super breathable, nice and lightweight, plenty of stretch, plenty of feel to it as well, and it's super lightweight.
If you want to see the full video on this, we actually recently did a whole review on the Halvarssons Naren Jacket. Card will be up there for you to click on. But overall, in terms of the protection, it was AA rated.
Yep.
Comes with level 2 armour, if I'm not mistaken.
Level 2 shoulder and elbow.
Yeah.
Optional chest, optional back.
Yeah. High art in reinforced areas, so like your elbows, like high abrasion zones and what have you.
Yep.
But overall, when I tried it on, it was fantastic. It just fits like a glove.
It does.
The cuffs even and the collar, brilliant as well. And I'm the same with you with the whole neck situation where I need something that's a bit lower down, and this actually seals really nicely. It's quite a nice taper around the neck.
It is, absolutely. I mean, even down to the ventilation, you've got a full inside zip on both arms. I don't know if you guys can see that. But I mean, even that down to airflow as you're riding, it proper scoops it up under your arms to kind of floats it around the body, around your back. So plenty of ventilation there. So if I was going to go touring, I could wear it in the hotter months and kind of not be too affected by it. And then during the winter, again, if I am a bit hot, then I can open them up and keep myself going. It does have on the back of it the 2 exhaust vents as well. So again, just kind of air in, air out. No trouble with that.
Brilliant. Okay, let's move on to your trousers now.
Yes. The Halvarssons Laggan Trouser. Again, much like the Naren Jacket, they're a stretch laminated material. They've got DWR coating, which is a durable water repellent coating.
Lovely.
So again, helps the water bead off a bit more efficiently. They've got basic ventilation in the thighs. Again, it's direct, so it's straight through to you. So again, helps the air flow through. Super comfortable. Outlast is built in again, just like the Naren Jacket. So again, gives you the temperature regulating properties you want for all year riding, touring, winter riding, the full works. Level 2 armour, again, knee and hips. Fully adjustable on Velcro. So like myself, I'm a little bit shorter in the legs.
Yeah,
so I have the short leg trouser, just to account for the lack of kind of bunching on the thighs. And I can adjust the knee armour to fit me perfectly.
Oh, brilliant. So the customizability of the knee armours is quite vast on that?
It is,
quite nice.
Absolutely. It's got the built-in waist belt, so again, being slightly bigger on the build front, got the elastic on the inside of the waist.
Okay.
Gives that extra bit of stretch there, plus you can kind of tailor it, kind of depending what you're wearing underneath, layering up. Connecting belt as well, so you can zip it into the jacket, make yourself into a one-piece for a proper cold weather riding if you so wished. But yeah, again, super lightweight, super comfortable, not too baggy. Yeah, and they do the job incredibly well.
Should we move on to the back of it? So I don't know if you mentioned this already, but
yeah.
I quite like the look of that.
Yeah, so it's a bit interesting. So it's a bit of kind of grip padding for the seat of the seat of the trouser. Stops you from slipping around too much on your vehicle. So wet weather included. Gives you that little bit of breathability there. So again, you're not sat directly on the wet seat. So
yeah.
Stops the water from evaporating, transpiring through the trouser and getting a bit of a damp bum. But yeah, again, it's a lovely feature to have. You've also got the built-in stretch panels.
Yeah, accordion stretch, just lovely as well. But okay, so you like this and the top together. They work well together because they're both Halvarssons. They all zip into each other. And do you find yourself doing that often, or do you have it like separate most of the time?
So personally, I never zip together.
Okay.
I've done it once ever in 14 years worth of riding. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But for the people that do prefer it, then the option is there. And saying that works well for you, it works well for you.
Okay, let's move on to the boots. So the boots that you've gone for, can you let us know what you've gone for?
Yep. So I wear the Daytona Strive. I have used this boot for approximately 7.5 years. Daily use, wet weather kit, my leathers during the summer, even just kind of basic touring really around Europe. Lace just full art, super comfortable. Full Gore-Tex.
That's lovely to have. That's crazy. 7 years you've been wearing this and they're still holding up.
Yep. So they have covered...
Testament to Daytona on that front then.
Well, that's it. I mean, they've covered roughly between 70, 80,000 miles, maybe more than that in that time period with daily use and, I say, a bit of touring. I mean, I say, considering how old the boot is, and not showing their age an awful lot, to be fair. I mean, I do maintain them. Yeah. But compared to other boots I've owned in the past, these definitely held up the best over that time period.
That's insane. That's a long period of time as well.
Yep.
I'm guessing one of the reasons you go for it because you have that little expansion bit at the back there for your calf, if you're big calved.
Absolutely.
I am the complete opposite, so I don't know if you have an issue in that front. But yeah, that's cool to see there. Yep. And I think Daytona are kind of like one of the only people that I've seen so far. They've done it in a really nice way, and it's still protective as well, isn't it?
That's it. I mean, they're not too in your face front. And they've got the titanium toe slider on them, so again they do make some quite impressive sparks. You do end up dragging a toe on track. Cool. They've got compressed open cell foam on the shin and the ankle protection for the external side of it. So super lightweight, fantastic on the impact front. Yeah. And again, it doesn't increase the weight of the boot, so overall it's a super lightweight boot. Again, like pretty much every other touring boot on the market, you get all the basic protection from the toe cup, the ankle protection, heel cup, crushed sole.
If you wanted to check inside as well, it's got 2 across the board as well. So whether it's impact cut, abrasion resistance, transverse rigidity, and the actual cut of the boot, you're going to be completely safe in these boots. And he's worn it for 7.5 years. 100%. So that's insane. Right. Lovely boots. Let's move on to your gloves. So, keeping dexterity, what am I saying? Right, now onto the gloves. Let's talk about them then, shall we?
So day to day, from pretty much clock change October through to about April, May, I'll be in my Rucker gloves. Okay. They're a lightweight Gore-Tex glove. Again, super comfortable, nice and thin. I hate a thick glove. So these are my go-to for a winter glove. For personal choice, I wouldn't suggest it for the most part if you suffer with really cold hands. But again, super light, fast drying if it caught in the rain. I can feel everything on the bike, switch gears, levers, nice and confident with that. Again, you've got the hard plastic knuckles, textile coated. You've got a nice soft and flexible skateboard slider. So if like me, you've got kind of bigger palms and short fingers, that might touch the grip ever so slightly.
Yeah, I found that with the Noxes. Even though it's brilliant to have that, because it is quite stiff, it comes into play a little bit when you're riding, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, and that's not too intrusive. The gauntlet on these is nice and soft, nice and flexible, so it tucks under your jacket nicely. Okay. It's not too intrusive with a lack of wrist movement, which is very handy. But yeah, full Gore-Tex, super breathable. Yeah, I've worn it for many years now. I can't fault it as a glove. It's been my go-to for a while, and it's definitely one I'm going to stick with going forward.
Brilliant, okay. Right, so the thing that people are probably waiting for the most is, let's move on to your lid, shall we?
Yes.
So, moving on to your lid, which looks like a fairly new lid, to be honest.
Yeah, brand new, got it just after Christmas, little present from the family. So I've got the Shoei GTF 3, I've gone for the Discipline TC2 graphic. A little bit plainer on the colour front for myself from previous helmets.
Really? Okay,
yeah. My last lid was a Rafa 11 HJC Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah.
So I went proper kind of back to the Disney Pixar style graphic.
That's a full-on track helmet, that one, wasn't it?
Race spec helmet, been replaced, but this far more suits my day-to-day needs going forward. So a lot quieter, not quite as lightweight, but again, I've got more features to this helmet which suit me day to day.
Right, okay.
So I've got a far bigger visor on this lid, drop-down sun shield. So again,
that's always handy. So you haven't opted to get like another visor or anything, have you?
No. It's over time it was kind of a bit more awkward, kind of bringing a spare visor with me on a daily basis, going from clear to dark and vice versa. Whereas this has got everything built in, so for commuting, touring, it kind of suits my needs for that, really.
If you want to see the full breakdown review of this when it first came out, we've actually got a video on that as well, so a card will be there. But moving on, I want to hear about what comms unit you actually went for.
Yeah, so I haven't gone for the norm, I've gone for the center that's designed for this helmet. I've actually got a Cardo Pack Talk Edge. I've had that for about 18 months so far. Had on my old helmet and swapped it into the new lid.
It's more convenient that way, isn't it? So you don't have to dish out an extra purchase, to get your intercom system.
That's it, exactly.
But what I found with this lid as well is the aerodynamics of it is actually quite nice in comparison to the previous generation of the lid. Have you found it to be a little bit quieter and stuff because they've got these plates on the sides now to direct that air clear across the side of your helmet even? They
do. I find it very quiet. I mean, going from more of a race helmet to sport touring,
of course, yeah,
it's much quieter.
Drastic change.
So for the longer journeys, I mean, my commute's quite short, but say for the longer ride outs, it's so quiet. I haven't got to wear my earplugs on a day-to-day basis anymore. Makes a massive difference. Say from music listening aspect to talking on the phone through the intercom, even just at traffic lights and hearing what's going on around me. It's just far more convenient.
So, would recommend?
Oh, 100% would recommend, absolutely.
Okay, brilliant. So we'll move on to the accessories, things that you've built up on over the years that you've added into your itinerary of kit that you wear on a daily basis, shall we?
No problem.
So the accessories that you've built up, I say accessories, some of these are a bit expensive just to be a little accessory, aren't they?
They are, yeah, but I mean, they're more of an investment rather than
100%.
kind of like, little accessory.
Yeah.
So daily bag of choice. I've used this for many years now. I used the Krieger R30 rucksack. Full roll top waterproof, so for carrying my very important lunchbox to and from work in my uniform. Keeps everything nice and dry, super comfortable, doesn't blow me around in the wind, how the harness feature works.
Yeah, it's brilliant. You've got two here, don't you?
Yeah, so it's kind of a 2-clip harness on the front of the chest, puts all the weight onto your chest rather than your back and shoulders, so you can carry a far heavier weight for far longer. And again, I've taken it abroad with me, used it as hand luggage on aeroplanes. It's kind of a nice, handy, usable size for travelling, day-to-day use in and out of work, even day tripping. So,
can you attach any dry packs to this as well?
You can. So the full Krieger range is fully universal. So again, it all interlocks from one another, from the back of the bike onto the rucksack if you're getting off and walking away. You can even do what I have done. So I have attached on my personal rucksack, I've got 2 harness pockets. One to put my phone in, one to put my keys in to get it all out of my jacket.
Cool.
So easily accessible.
Yeah, definitely something I'll need to consider because I've got the R22, but I feel like it's lacking a little bit of space for my camera gear, laptops and everything else. Harness pocket though is a treat, isn't it? Especially when you're on tour. It's a quick and easy access, or if you want to put your blip and go, if you're going through the tolls, I put it in there as well.
That's it. Passport through the Eurotunnel, bits like that.
Everything, super handy to have.
That's it.
Moving on to your comm system, you touched on it earlier with your helmet, but yeah, please go ahead. Reason why did you go for the Cardo?
So went for the Pack Talk Edge. I've used Cardo intercoms for many years now. I was due an upgrade, so I thought I'd treat myself. I primarily use it for music listening day to day. Not its main intended purpose, but where it's got the JBL audio, fantastic for that. Kind of suits my needs for that, fantastic. When I go out for rides, friends, my dad, for instance, he's got the same intercom, so I can communicate with them, no problem at all. The voice activation day to day for kind of phoning the wife on the way home from work. Anything like that. Literally activating Siri, playing the music, stuff like that. You don't have to take your hand off the handlebar, so it's super straightforward, nice and easy. 3-year warranty, so where I use it all year, all weathers, anything potentially that might creep up over it if lifespan is fully guaranteed, fully covered.
Yeah.
And again, it's nice and low profile on the lid, so it doesn't create too much wind noise or buffeting. So
No, and the plates as well is just so customizable now in terms of its flex. It can mold to pretty much every helmet that have like angular lines onto it, doesn't it? So it's all good in that front.
Exactly, mate.
Now, you've got the Naren, but you've also opted for this as well. Is it purely for visibility? Or?
Yeah, purely for visibility. So where I commute in and out of Southampton, no matter how bright your headlights are or how loud your exhaust are, people still do not see you. So I went for as brighter options I could physically get as an over jacket. And this kind of fit the bill for me. Plus, you know, if I didn't make it home from work, the wife would kill me. So got to do the best I can do to keep myself visible. And plus, where I wear the rucksack, a standard high-vis wouldn't do it for me because again, it's all hidden at the back. Yeah. Whereas this illuminates the back of my shoulders, the outside of my arms. It just picks out nicely, and no matter what light hits it, you glow. So you're fully visible day or night, which is fantastic. So.
I want to just touch on just a massive shout out to Southampton Infinity. Is the fact that you're a Krieger specialist stockist. You have a massive stand over here in Southampton, so one of the biggest definitely in the Infinity lineup in terms of the 16 stores that we have UK, nationwide even. But yeah, if you want to come down, have a look at the Krieger stand. Rucker specialist as well. Yep. Rucker specialist. Anything else that I've forgotten off the top of my head?
Arroy specialist, Shoei specialist in everything really. So we're
big stock and everything here. So
big stockist of everything, and always happy to help.
Brilliant. Okay, so if you did like this video, give us a like, comment down below what you think of Josh's gear. Be nice. Be sure to subscribe, ride safe, and see you all soon.